Good morning and welcome to our yoga class for everybody this morning. I'm Jodie, the yoga teacher. So I'm inviting you to take a nice comfortable seat or even lie down on your back. You can put the cushions under your knees if you have one. The idea is just to be as comfortable as possible. Feel free to spread your legs, bend your knees, create lots of space between the feet if you like. It's always a nice idea too to make sure that there's lots of space between your shoulder blades and your ears. And take a moment to roll your palms up towards the sky and close your eyes. We're going to take a deep breath in and exhale with a sigh. Again, inhale, exhale with a sigh. And a third and final time, take a big breath in and then completely exhale. You should be able to feel that your body is starting to relax and sink down to the floor. And then just gently let all your thoughts drift far, far away from you. And for the moment, just take note of what you're thinking of. It's really normal if you're thinking about millions of things. Maybe it's things that you want to do or things that happened in the past. And for the moment, we want to remember the only thing that's really important is your wellness and your health. So each and every time you exhale, imagine that one of your thoughts leaves your mind and floats away in a big balloon. Far away. And let yourself do that with each thought. And let yourself come back into your own body. And take note of all the qualities of your breath. Paying attention to the sensation on your upper lip at the moment. Noticing if there's a temperature of air that's different on the inhalation compared to the exhalation. Notice the speed that you're breathing at. And notice what part of your body lifts as you inhale. Normally, it's the upper chest that's going to rise and fall with the breath. We'd like to lower that down into the belly. So as you inhale, let the belly inflate like a big balloon. And as you exhale, pull the belly button slowly in towards the spine. So again, as you inhale, you're going to feel the belly expand like a big balloon. And remember, again, as we exhale, we pull the abdominals just a tiny bit in towards the spine. So inhale to your maximum. And imagine when you exhale that each and every molecule of oxygen is leaving your body. Very good. So the fluidity of our breath is also very important as we're examining the quality. So it's very normal to have a little pause at the top of the inhalation, the end of the exhalation, but otherwise we want to keep the breath very fluid and smooth. So if you do notice any unnecessary pauses, take time to let them smooth out. Excellent. So now your breath should be very slow, fluid, and deep. And we're going to start contracting our throat just a tiny bit to start the Ujjayi breathing. So as soon as we contract the throat a tiny bit, the breath is going to turn into a sound, kind of like the ocean waves. And that's exactly what Ujjayi means. It means the breath of the ocean. So keep the throat just slightly contracted, and you'll hear those sounds. Think about inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Think about inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And what's so beautiful with that type of breathing is that as soon as your brain hears you making the ocean-sounding breath, the brain is no longer able to start to produce stress hormones, and you start producing endorphins that make you happy and easier to heal. Also, another factor is that we want to feel the energy move through our body as we do these types of breath exercises. So we're going to imagine that there's a ball of green energy at the base of the spine. And as we inhale, we imagine this ball goes up towards the crown of the head, and as we exhale, it comes back down. So as we inhale, we're going to feel all that energy coming up towards the third eye, as if we have a little bit of a head rush. And as we exhale, we're going to imagine that this ball of energy goes slowly back down through the spine, and it's going to ground us back down. So again, as you inhale, you're going to imagine that this ball of energy passes through the belly button, the heart, up to the third eye. And as you exhale, you're going to imagine it going down through the crown of the head and through the hollow column of the spine. It's really normal sometimes if you're not used to moving the energy. But if you're having a hard time doing this, it's just a memory that you're going to bring back into your body. So for example, you can inhale and imagine you're going on some type of ride at La Ronde. So it's like a head rush, it's all going to come up. There's other days where we're having a hard time bringing the energy back down. So it's the same thing, it's a memory. You can think of something that makes you feel grounded. I like to imagine myself when I'm dancing and that feeling that you have when your feet come into contact with the earth. Excellent. So now the breath is slow, fluid, deep. We're contracting the throat a tiny bit for the Ujjayi breath. And also we have that energy that rises and falls with each inhalation and each exhalation. Excellent. So keep a hold of that breath for as long as much as you can during the class. So to come back in to begin our Hatha part of the class, just begin by moving your fingers and toes a little bit. If you have a cushion under your knees, push that to the side. Keep your knees bent. Make sure that your shoulders are relaxed. The palms are turned up towards the sky. And you can lift your knees up one at a time. Make sure that your low back is comfortable. If you need to swing it side to side, feel free. And then we're going to start making sure that the low back is very comfortable this morning. So imagine that your knees are like a pencil and that you're drawing the number 8 in the sky with the knees. You can start very slowly coordinating the movement with the breath, and make the movements quite small to begin with, as if you're just tracing the mobility of your low back, your hips. And as you get comfortable, allow this movement to become bigger. You should have the feeling like you're massaging your low back. And you can imagine that all that energy that stays at the base of the spine is starting to get energized. As you inhale, lift your legs up towards the sky and flex and point your toes. Good. Feel that energy coming down through the legs. Now point your toes up towards the sky. Press your belly button in towards the spine to activate your abdominals. And you have the choice here of letting one leg come down at a time or both in a gentle leg lift. Very good. Let your legs come down to the earth. Make sure you're centered on your mat. So especially if you have tensions in your low back, bend your knees and put your feet on the floor. If you're comfortable, feel free to extend your legs down completely on the floor. Now as you inhale, lift your right leg up towards the sky. If you're comfortable, hold on to your ankle or calf by interlacing your feet, your fingers behind the leg. If you're more comfortable, feel free to put a strap around the ball of your foot. Now straighten your knee, and then ever so slowly start pulling your leg in towards your upper body. So we want to feel a slight stretch, but never pain. Make sure that your shoulders are relaxed, your arms are relaxed. And again, you still have that option of bending the left leg if that's more comfortable for you. So slowly, we're going to start releasing all of the tensions in the hamstrings and the low back. So come into contact by imagining all the sensations you have in that part of the body. And feel your body sink into the posture. So each and every time you inhale, make sure that your leg is still straight. And each and every time you exhale, pull the leg in another millimeter or two if that's available for you. And remember, we want to feel a stretch and not pain. Now on your next exhalation, let your arms come down to the floor and the strap too if you have one. Very good. Point your toes towards the sky. Now as you exhale, you want to press your belly button in towards the spine to begin our leg lifts. So we're going to exhale, lower the legs slowly down towards the floor. You don't have to go the whole way if that's not available for you. Feel free to stop whenever you need to. When you inhale, flex your foot and then slowly bring the leg up towards the sky. So the rhythm is really up towards you and the rate that you're breathing at. So every time we exhale, we're pressing the belly button in towards the spine, point the toe, and lower the legs slowly down. On the other hand, as we inhale, the belly relaxes, we flex the foot, and the leg slowly comes up towards the sky. Take your time and use the whole breath to do the movement. So again, if you're feeling like this movement is straightening the back, make the movement just smaller. The angles aren't as important as the feeling that you have in your body. And part of yoga is really relating to yourself and making sure that you are doing what is right for your own body. This time, inhale, bring the leg up. You can keep a hold of the strap or hold on to your ankle or calf. Exhale, pull back ever so slightly to find that stretch. Straighten the knee. Good. Keep that same rhythm. Inhaling to straighten the knee. Exhale, pull back one more time. And this time really connect into the feeling that you have in your hamstring. And we're ever going to so slowly move the leg a centimeter or two towards the right. And just notice the feeling you have. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, move a few more centimeters towards the left. Feel every sensation that's happening. Inhale, back to center. So you're going to do this a few times to find the angle in your hamstring and your hip that has the most tension. And once you have it there, hold the leg steady. Excellent. So once we have that angle, keep the leg in that same stance. Inhale, straighten the leg, make sure the knee is straight. Exhale, pull the leg in again at that same angle where you feel the most tension. Be gentle with yourself. Make sure that you're working on your limit. So again, we want to feel a stretch, but never pain because we don't want the muscle to contract. Good, relax your shoulder. Let the arms be heavy. Keep taking those deep breaths in and out. Now on your exhalation, let your arms gently come down to the ground. And this time, we're going to keep the same rhythm of breath. So we're exhaling to pull the belly button in, inhaling, letting the stomach relax. We're going to keep the toe pointed, and we're going to start drawing small circles in the air. So the size of the circle is the size that you can move while keeping the hips steady on the floor. If you feel your hips moving around, that means that the circle is too big for you. So our goal here is to work on the abdominal muscles, not necessarily on the flexibility. So the size of the circle is secondary to keeping the breath really rhythmical with the movement. And if the hips are moving around, we're not targeting the abdominals. So really make sure that you're focusing in and you feel those abdominals strengthening. Good. We're gonna change directions, do 2 more circles, and then come back to center. Perfect. Inhale, come back to center. Bring the leg back in. You can feel free to use a strap around the ball of the foot if you want. Otherwise, hold on to your big toe with the first 2 fingers of your right hand. You want to feel as if you've glued your hips down to the floor, and then exhale, open your right leg towards the right. Keep your left hip nice and steady down towards the floor. So keep going until you feel a slight stretch in the inner thigh. Again, keep that left hip solid on the floor. Soften the shoulders. And remember, it's always the breath that's the most important part of our practice. So we're inhaling fully and completely, exhaling to our maximum. And at one point, you're going to feel the gravity. Pull the leg down, let it go gently. And now as you inhale, slowly bring the leg back in towards the center. Bend your right knee and interlace your fingers over the right hand. Again, if you have a strap, put it down on the floor. Now as you inhale, take a deep breath in, exhale. We're going to pull the knee in towards the rib cage. Good, relax your shoulders. If you have tensions in your low back, feel free to bend that left knee. Good. If you're feeling comfortable, flex the left foot and press the left thigh down towards the floor. Now contract your arms, keeping them strong. And without allowing your leg to move, press the right knee up towards the sky. That way we have the legs moving in different directions. And you'll feel some relief in your psoas, in your low back. Excellent. Relax that muscular force. Stretch the right arm out to the side. Keep your left hand on the right knee, and we're moving into a moving twist. So as you exhale, swing the knee over towards the left side. Inhale, gently come back to your back. And we're going to start swinging side to side. Exhaling to the left. Inhaling to the right. Feel free to move your neck with this as well. So as you exhale and swing the right knee to the left, your head can go towards the right. Good. Come back to center. Let the neck relax. And again, swing the knee towards the left. The head gently goes towards the right. As you feel your back releasing, let your knee come down little by little more towards the left. And then with the next swing, we're going to let the leg stay steady in the twist, turning the head gently towards the right. Place the knee where it feels appropriate for your back. So you can bring it up further towards your chest, further away from the belly. Really, the angle is what is going to help you release tensions today. There's no proper angle except for what is good for you. Good. So remember to target the areas in your back that have the more tension by shifting the angle of your right knee. And now we want to really relax into the posture. Let go of all of that type of muscular work that we're putting into the swing. And the only type of effort that you have to do right now is to concentrate on your breath. So you're inhaling, letting the right rib cage come up really nicely towards the sky. And exhaling, you're going to feel your back slide down to the floor. Fantastic. And each and every time you inhale, notice how that stretch feels a little bit more intense. And as you exhale, you're going to feel your body sink down. You'll become more and more comfortable. Excellent. As you exhale, slowly unwind onto your back. Adjust your low back if you need to. Extend your legs. Let your shoulders relax too. Turn your palms up towards the sky. And just take a moment to close your eyes and note all of sensations that you're feeling in your body right now. Especially notice the difference that you feel between the right side and the left side. It's always an excellent idea to start taking note of what each and every posture does to your body, mind, and soul. So we're going to get ready now to work on the other side. So if you like, you can bend your knees or you can keep your legs extending down to the ground. This time we're going to inhale, lift the left leg up. Feel free to take your strap around the ball of the foot or interlace your fingers around your ankles or calf. Good. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, straighten the knee. Exhale, we're going to pull the leg slowly in towards the body. And again, notice all that feeling that you have behind the leg. And as soon as you feel a nice stretch, you're in the right place. Make sure that you can take deep breaths in and out. Very good. Each cycle of breath to keep making those slight adjustments to the posture. So remember, when you inhale, we want to straighten the knee. Exhale, we pull back slightly. Very good. As you exhale, bring your arms down to the floor, your strap as well if you're using one. Point your big toe up towards the sky, and we're going to start a leg lifts. So as you exhale, press your belly button in towards your spine. Slowly bring the leg down towards the floor. Good. Inhale, flex the foot and slowly bring up towards the sky. Again, slowly work with the breath. We're going to press the belly button in towards the spine. As we exhale, the leg slowly comes down. Now flex the foot, let the belly relax. Inhale, slowly bring it back up. So continue using your own breath to guide the movement. Also make sure that your hips are nice and steady on the ground. And remember to respect your own limits. So if you're finding that you have tension doing a full leg lift, feel free to stop before there's any type of tension in your low back. Even just doing this type of breath will help you work on your abdominal muscles. The movements just give it double the effect. Very good. Last time. Inhale, flex the foot, bring it back up towards the sky. And hold on to the ankle or calf, or grab your strap and put it around the ball of your foot. Relax your shoulders. You're going to straighten the knee. And again, pull the leg in just enough to feel that stretch. And then start concentrating on the sensations that you have on the back of the leg. Now, ever so slowly, exhale, swing the leg a few centimeters towards the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, swing a few centimeters towards the left. Come back to center. And start paying attention so that you know what each and every angle does in your body. And again, find where you have the most tension this morning. Put your leg in that angle. And then we're going to start doing the same type of stretch, but on the angle that's most affected in your hamstrings. So inhale, straighten the knee. Exhale, pull the leg back in that same angle that's having so much tension. Take your time and notice the sensations that are happening. Very good. So we're going back to our leg circles this time. So point your toes up towards the sky. As you exhale, press your belly button in towards the spine. Draw half a circle, let the belly relax. Inhale, draw around the other half. Very good. Keep your hips stable on the ground. And it's as if you're tracing the mobility in your hip. Remember, the important thing is to coordinate the breath with the movement. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Make sure you change directions as well. Very good. So again, think about that accordion effect you have on the abdominals. And then on your next exhalation, let the knee come in towards the belly. If you have a strap, put it on the side. If you have tension in your low back, feel free to bend your knee. Take a deep breath in, exhale, bring the knee in towards the rib cage. So if your right leg is down on the floor, flex your right foot and press the thigh down towards the ground. At the same time, keep your arms nice and strong, and you're going to push your left knee up into your hands without letting it move, just so that you feel the contractions in the muscles. To alleviate tension in your low back around the psoas. Excellent. So let go of all the muscular strength. Keep your right hand on the left knee. Spread your left arm out to the side. Take a deep breath in. And we're starting our twist in movement. So exhale, swing the knee down towards the right side. Inhale, come back to center. You can move the head as well with a twist. So you're exhaling, swinging the knee towards the right. The head goes towards the left. And remember, allow yourself to enjoy this movement. It should feel that you're having a beautiful massage, nice gentle movements to bring your body back into its optimum health. Yeah, you'll notice how the back loves doing this kind of twist. And then on your next exhalation, let your knee come down towards the right side. Turn the head towards the left, and then adjust the height of the left knee so that it's working for what you need this morning. So you can feel if you keep the knee lower, it's going to work more in your low back. If you bring it higher in towards the chest, it starts working in between the shoulder blades, for example. And notice the effect of the breath in your rib cage. Unwind as you exhale. Make sure you're nice and comfortable. Create some space between your ears and your shoulder blades. And again, take note to all of the feelings you have in your body right now. And now just bend your knees. Make sure your low back is comfortable by swinging it if you need to. And now we're coming into happy baby. So you can either hold on to the back of your knees or to the sides of your feet with your hands, depending on how you're feeling today. Let your knees open nice and wide around your rib cage. If it feels good, even pull your feet down towards the earth. Do what feels great for you today. And notice how your low back feels with this movement. Now we're going to cross our ankles and then recross the hands so we're holding on to the outsides of the feet. And imagine you're 6 years old. This is a little game that we used to play often when you were little. And start rocking back and forth from the tailbone to the top of the head on the spine. And you'll notice you'll collect some momentum and you'll be able to come right up onto your knees. Some people have more sensitive knees than others, so if you need to, feel free to fold your mat a couple of times to get some extra padding. And just ever so slightly open your knees. So you want to align them with your hip bones. And then point your tailbone down towards the earth as if your pubic bone is coming up just ever so slightly. Relax your shoulders. Turn the right hand to the side. Inhale, bring it up towards the sky so that you feel that nice opening on the right side of the rib cage. And as you exhale, slide your left hand down the left thigh, just to wherever you're comfortable. So this is us coming into our half moon, kneeling. And feel that nice opening on the right side of the body. Keep taking deep, deep breaths. Now ever so slowly, let your left hand slide back towards your left heels. If you need to, tuck your toes under so that your heels are a little bit higher. And then press your hips forward. Now we're going to start doing a few arm circles with that right arm. So keep your breath nice and still. Now change directions. Again, work at angles that are comfortable for your body. Excellent. Let the right arm come down, press the belly button in towards the spine, and then slowly come back to center. It's very normal if you feel a little bit unbalanced now, since we've done such a good stretch on one side. So we're going to work on the other. Inhale, lift the left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, slide the right hand down the right thigh. So we're coming into our half moon on this side. Good. Again, just come down to where you feel a stretch. And concentrate on your breathing. So in this posture, we really feel the movement through the rib cage. So now, ever so slowly, slide the right hand back to the right heel. Again, you can tuck the toes under if you need, and then press the hips forward. Now we're going to do big circles with that left arm. Again, just tracing the mobility. Remember to keep your breathing nice and deep, and then change directions for your circle. feel the movement. Use the whole breath to move the arm. Now this time we're going to see if we can bring the left hand back to the left heel. If that's too hard for your back, feel free to put your hands on your low back and then just press the hips slightly forward as you look up towards the sky. One posture is not better than the other. What is important is that you're respecting your limits today. Keep taking deep, deep, deep breaths. Excellent. Now we're going to lift the heads up, bring the hands to the low back, and then slowly we're going to slide forward into the child's pose. So we're going to let the hips come down to the heels, arms forward. Let the neck relax. You can even let the forehead come down to the ground if that's comfortable for you. If you feel like it, feel free to slide your hips side to side to relax your low back. Come back towards your center and then press the hands firmly into your mat to stretch your whole back. Good. Excellent. So now we're going to turn the toes under and straighten the knees to come into down dog. So you want to feel the shoulder blades sliding back on the back. And then you're going to walk your dog slowly by lowering one heel down towards the mat at a time, bending the knees. Excellent. If your heels do not touch the ground in down dog, please don't worry. That comes with time. And take a moment to walk forward a few steps into a standing forward fold. Cross your arms so that your arms are cradled into your elbows. Let your neck totally and completely relax. Good. Make sure your knees are still straight. Turn your coccyx up towards the sky. Relax your arms and inhale. Bring your arms up and over your head. Into prayer pose, and then exhale your hands down in front of your heart in prayer. Very good. Now take a deep step with your legs. Good. So if you need to, turn around on your mat to make sure both legs are on the mat. And if you raise your arms up, you notice that the ankles and the wrists often are about the same distance apart. And feel free to adjust that according to your own needs. Now as you exhale, let your arms come down in front of you onto the mat. Good. Now relax your neck. Make sure that your toes are pointed in towards center. And now turn your coccyx up towards the sky. Take a few more deep breaths in and out. Feeling that spine lengthening and all the tension coming out of the legs. Now place your hands on your waist. Bring your abdominals in towards your spine and inhale, slowly come up to standing. Very good. Now we're going to turn the right foot to the side, and you'll notice that your right heel should be aligned with your left arch. Inhale, lift your arms up parallel, and then bend your right knee to sink down into Warrior Two pose. Good. Now we're going to strengthen the arms. And you should feel like your shoulder blades are being pulled in one towards the other. Press your belly button in towards the spine. Lengthen your tailbone down towards the floor. And then you want to strengthen your inner thigh. If you're not used to that, imagine keeping your feet solid on the ground but pulling your feet in towards one another. Now we're going to move into side angle stretch by bringing the right elbow down to the right knee and swinging the left arm up and over the head. Good. Sink down further in towards your hips if that feels comfortable for you. And open the right rib cage to the side. Excellent. Bring your left hand down to the floor and the right hand too, and then walk your hands in towards center. So you go back into a wide-legged forward fold. As you exhale, let the head come down towards the floor. Good. If you have your balance, interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale. As you exhale, let the hands come towards your head. Keep breathing deeply. It's really normal if your hands don't move that far from your hips. Give it time. Lots of us have tension in the hands and the shoulders. Now bring your hands to your hips, press your belly button in, and as you inhale, come up to standing. Excellent. Now we're going to turn the left foot to the side and make sure that your left heel is aligned with the center of the right foot. Inhale, lift your arms up parallel. You can even look to make sure that they're on the same height. Strengthen the arms, pull the shoulder blades in the back, bend your left knee, and sink down in towards your hips. Good. It'll help a lot if you align your left ankle with your left knee. It'll help keep you balanced. Very good. Keep your abdominals strong, the tailbone long. And then bend your left elbow, bring the left elbow down to the left knee. And bring the right arm up and over the head, coming into side angle stretch. Feel free to sink further down in towards the hips. Rotate the right rib cage slightly backwards. And feel that nice release in the hips. Now as you exhale, bring the right hand down, then the left, and walk your hands towards the center. Make sure that your toes are pointed in towards center. Exhale, release your head down. Inhale, if you're balanced, interlace your hands behind the back. And then as you exhale, bring the hands forward. Keeping your balance. Try to draw circles in the air with your hands. Again, you're just tracing the mobility in your shoulders. They might be tiny little circles or squares, hexagons, whatever it is, that's fine. We're just trying to give more mobility into the shoulders. Now as you exhale, bring the hands down towards the mat. And this time we're going to lift the heels up and swing them in towards center. You can do one at a time if you prefer. As you exhale, squat down. You might have to adjust the space in between your feet. If your heels don't touch the ground, please don't worry about that. Have to balance a little bit more on your tiptoes, but it'll be the same. And then place your hands in prayer. Your elbows will be on the inside of the knees. And open the knees nice and wide with the elbows. And at the same time, squeeze in with the knees. It's really normal if you feel a few shaking in your hips. Super. As you exhale, we're going to take a seat. Bend your knees. Place your feet on the top of the mat. Interlace the fingers. Your feet and your knees should be hip distance apart. Interlace your fingers, and as you exhale, let your back come down one vertebrae at a time. Once you're down on the ground, walk your feet closer in towards your hips. Make sure that your shoulder blades are down far away from your ears. Bend your elbows and lift your hands so your palms are facing one another. Now inhale and lift your hips up nice and slowly. Walk your elbows in towards your center. And press your feet down towards the ground to lift your hips up as much as possible. If you're comfortable, interlace your fingers under your back. And again, press your feet firmly into the ground so you have a nice round arch in your back. Keep taking deep breaths. And make sure here that your weight is on your shoulder blades and you're not moving your neck. Very good. As you exhale, release your fingers, open up your arms nice and wide, and then roll your back down one vertebrae at a time. Now spread your arms out nice and wide once your hips come down to the ground. Inhale, cross your right knee over the left knee, so there's no space in between the legs. And then as you exhale, let the knees come down towards the left. If you're finding that that's too tight of a twist for your back, uncross your knees and just let them sit one on top of the other. And now, the only thing that you have to do is breathe. Let your body totally relax and take a deep of a breath in as you can. And exhale fully and completely as well. And notice all of the sensations you feel in this moment. Notice your breath slowing down. Excellent. Now contract your abdominals and ever so slowly inhale to bring your knees back to the center. Exhale, bring the right foot down to the floor. And then inhale, cross the left knee over the right. And on your next exhalation, let the knees come down to the right side. And turn your head gently towards the left. Remember, if you're finding that too difficult, you can always uncross your legs and just let your knees sit one on top of the other. Let all of your muscles melt down towards the floor. Inhale and exhale to your maximum. And notice all of the energy that's coming in towards your system. And all of the changes that's happening. Very good. Now contract your abdominals and inhale, bring your knees back to the center. Exhale, put your left foot down to the ground. Place your arms where they're comfortable. And then keeping your knees bent, lift your knees up towards the sky. So we're going to end the class today with the same movement we did to begin. So imagine your knees like a pen in the sky, and very slowly start drawing the figure 8 or the infinity sign in the sky with the knees. So remember, it's the breath that guides the movement. And try to remember what it felt like when you were making this movement about an hour ago. Make sure that your low back is feeling nice and comfortable. And we're going to change directions. Feel free to experiment with the size of the movement, the angles. And again, keep noticing what every single movement does to your body. Now as you inhale, lift your legs up towards the sky. We're going to flex the feet. Contract your abdominals. And now you have the choice of lowering one leg down at a time or both legs together. Relax your shoulders. Make sure it's the abdominals that are working for you. Very good. So now it's everyone's favorite posture, Savasana. So let yourself be very comfortable down on your mat. If you like, feel free to put a cushion under your knees to relieve any tension.